Welcome to LaunchPad, where ideas lift off, but only if they're good. From self-driving cars to protein bars, 16 aspiring entrepreneurs are looking to win a spot at the final pitch day. That's where they'll have the opportunity to present their ideas in front of a live audience to attract investments and maybe even win a cash prize. But before all that, they must face our three experienced industry experts. Will these budding entrepreneurs impress with their pitch, or will they crumble under pressure? Stepping out onto a LaunchPad is Alex from Schedulock, a real estate booking system that manages the end-to-end process of selling a home.
So I grew up in Pickering, Ontario, and I've always loved technology, computers, software. And so actually when I was a kid, I actually started my own company, fixing people's computers. And then started our own business and went through this summer company program sponsored by the government of Ontario. And it was a great experience, and it kind of got me into this whole entrepreneurial spirit. The company was actually called Air Computer Services. So it was affordable, innovative, and reliable. I went to people's doors. I actually just said to them, I have a computer services repair company. We can fix your computers for X price and get it done within 5 days, and they just literally, I had one story where he invited me into his house, and he's like, yeah, just come in, we can fix my computer right now, I'll pay you whatever price you want. And it was kind of odd, and so I was like, I felt really uncomfortable because I don't know, maybe it's not safe or not, but I just did it, and then I kind of just started from there and just went next door to next door and just left my flyer if I didn't get a hold of anyone, and just kept chugging along. Yeah, my dad is, I think all my life he's been an entrepreneur actually, so he was in insurance before and then moved to real estate and mortgages after that. So I've always been around him and the office. So growing up, I was really involved in the real estate mindset industry. And yeah, he was kind of an inspiration for me. Always kind of taught me how things work and really wanted to get me to learn how businesses worked when I was young. And so even now he says that if he wishes he learned as much as I did when he was young. And yeah, so he kind of just always pushed me along and guided me in the right direction, I'd say. So I was actually with my dad one day. He went to show me a property, and literally he went to this place and it had 30 lock boxes on this railing. And it was horrible. He had to figure out which one it was. He says red ribbon, and he looks at the railing and there's 5 with red ribbons, and he has no clue which one to do. So he just tries the combination on each one. And so when he was trying all the combinations, he realized that he screwed it up and had the wrong code. He had to go call the office back and figure out the code and try again. And we probably spent about 20 minutes there. And it was really, I was like, why are people still using these codes and stuff like that? So that's kind of, yeah. And then so I was like, they must have an automated solution for that to open these lock boxes and stuff like that. And that's kind of where we kind of got into the whole Schedulock in the first place. Schedulock is a real estate showing management platform, and it basically automates the whole real estate booking process. So when agents call in the book showings, whoever answers the phone would just book it in the system, and everything gets handled after that. So the confirmations, requests would get sent out to home sellers, they confirm, and then everything is handled by us. So we kind of we automate the administrative tasks in the real estate booking process. Our current clients love our product because we literally save them hundreds of dollars a month in their answering service costs, and we provide a platform that's so much easier to use than anything they've used in the past. So literally, I think it takes approximately 5 minutes to just configure their listing after they put it on to MLS, which is the multiple listing system. And then they just put on there, configure it within 5 minutes, and they're ready to go after that. So their home sellers can get requests directly to their phones, they can get the requests directly to their phones, and showings can be scheduled instantly. Right now we're in about 27 brokerages, and most of them are in we have some brokerages in the 30 agent range, and most of our brokerages are in less than 10 agents. But that's kind of where we are right now. And literally, we're just trying to just always improve the product and just expand it to more and more small to medium-sized brokerages.
Sometimes the best solutions can be found when you're looking for something else, when you're trying to solve a different problem. Can Schedulock be the answer to thousands of real estate agents' problems? Let's see what our experts think.
You say your differentiation is obviously cost and your user experience, I guess, what you want to provide to the users. My recommendation is do not compete on pricing, which is good to focus on the value you bring in.
Yeah.
And I think, you've had some success with a brokerage, 27 of them. Is there a possibility for you to work on the franchise level, go to Century 21, and because you have a very good value proposition, maybe you can work with them? Have you even explored that? I mean, the industry association is one, but is there a possibility for you to work with a bigger franchise so that they can actually push it to their brokerage?
Yeah, I have looked at the franchise option when we were actually focusing on trying to land these larger brokerages. And in that process, I actually got a brokerage with around 36 agents. So that was like a big win for us. But at the same time, I spent a lot of time trying to get these brokerages with 100 agents. And actually we actually do have a smaller one that is a RE/MAX franchise chain. But right now, they'd have to roll it across all of their brokerages in Canada. And then the brokerage would have to agree upon that. And so it's a lot of, I would guess, a lot of different tiers we have to go to get to that point. And so that's why we decided to just focus on the small and medium size for right now, get enough exposure, get our name known in the industry, and then we can help and get a push to the next level as well.
I think it's good that you're able to show some traction with the smaller folks, but I think if you want to scale to the next level, otherwise you'll be like spending a lot of time and resources in marketing and signing on one or two brokerage. You need to hire salespeople and so forth. So in terms of scaling, if you can show some traction and then do some pilots, I mean, it's going to take you a while to build a relationship with the bigger franchises, but if they really believe your product can make life easier for brokerages, they will be able to push that along as well. So I think it's worthwhile exploring that.
What are your plans in terms of expansion or next steps? Because you want to kind of grow your market.
Yeah. So right now there's no solution out there for these small to medium size, right? And for the past 2 years we spent a little of the time trying to chase these larger brokerages and trying to fill their needs. But we already had a platform that was really just built for these small and mediums. So we actually decided to shift our strategy and just go after small to medium size across Canada right now. And this is why we actually didn't reach out to these other boards. These brokerages sort of found us online. We were kind of surprised about it.
What are the three main things that you need to focus for the next while to execute and to reach your milestone that you need to in terms of meeting your goals?
Yeah, right now the hardest struggle is sales. It's just we just need to get massive exposure and need to get our name out there to small and medium-sized brokerages.
Is there an industry association that you can tap in to get to as many of those potential customers as possible?
There are the Canadian Real Estate Association is an example. Right now we haven't reached out to them because we kind of just want to build the traction in Toronto, get our base down, and then go for exposure and try to sign boards on after.
So you mentioned that you have 15 paying?
We have 15 paying right now, yeah.
And how much overhead is required to service those 15?
To be honest, our overhead is very little. When we sign a brokerage on, we keep 90% of it.
Growing up in an entrepreneurial home can rub off on you. Alex's solution to help real estate agents like his father makes for a compelling service that not only speeds up communication between clients and agents, but also between agents and their team. Coming up, we meet another exciting new venture.